Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of Bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
Good morning, sir. Tell me your name, please.
Who I'm talking to?
I'm over here.
Oh,
Good morning.
good morning.
Tell me your name, please.
Johnny Miller.
Mr. Miller, this is 22 MO 235. You were arrested for disorderly conduct, sir. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Is there an offer for Mr. Miller this morning?
Your Honor, we can do adjudication and credit time served.
Okay. Mr. Miller, did you want to resolve your case this morning, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have any questions about the rights there on the plea form? Okay.
I ain't hear you.
I said, did you have any rights or any questions about any of the rights on the plea form?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, sir. Well, at this time, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. You are going to have to pay court costs. Those will be due by February 26th of 2023, and you have 30 days to appeal. Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Truesdale? Oh, he's coming. Sir, good morning. Tell me your name, please.
David Truesdale.
Sir, this is 22 CF 2254. You were arrested for aggravated battery with a motor vehicle and child abuse. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You're not to return to the scene. You're not to have any contact with the victims. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms.
Your Honor, what was the bond amount? He said
I
that he-
haven't said yet.
Oh, okay. Your Honor, on that note, he's indicated he doesn't have the financial means to post any monetary bond. We'd ask the court to consider releasing him on his own recognizance in this case. Based on the explanation that's offered in the police report, it looks like there was more a misunderstanding or mental health issue at play here.
Well, if you wanted me to consider a reduction in bond, you'd have to swear your client in and provide me some testimony about the factors in the bond statute, which I'm happy to do.
Your Honor would like to swear him in.
All right, go ahead. Raise your right hand, please. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Go ahead,
Mr.
Mr. Bowen.
Truesdale, the court wants to hear that you have ties to the community, that you don't present a risk of threat or harm to the community. Remember the stuff we talked about in the back?
Yes.
Okay, so what are some of the ties to the community? It looks like you have a daughter here, is that right?
Yeah, I got a daughter.
Do you have any other family members here?
Oh, yeah.
Who?
My mom, my sisters. My grandma just passed away. My dad. I'm not a harm to the community. It was a car accident.
Don't talk about the facts, please.
Sorry.
Keep your answers short, all right?
Yes.
So, do you have employment right now?
Not at the moment.
Okay,
but I
that's
do.
fine. Yes or no answers, please. Do you have any savings right now?
No, sir.
So you don't have the financial means to leave even if you wanted to?
Not really, no.
Okay,
Yeah, I got
and
custody of my daughter.
how long have you resided in Orange County?
My whole life.
Okay, Your Honor, I believe he's not a flight risk. He's lived here his whole life. We'd ask the court to consider ROR in this case.
I'm going to reduce bond to $1,500 on count 1 and $150 on count 2. Thank you, Mr. Truesdale.
You're welcome. Thank you.
there a witness here on the Jordan Smith case? No?
They weren't expected to come to court.
Okay, thank you, Robin. Good morning, Ms. Smith.
Good morning.
Ma'am, you were here in 22 CF 2265. You were arrested for battery on a person 65 or older. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You're not to have any contact with your grandmother. You're to maintain a separate residence, and you're not to possess any weapons or firearms. Your bond is $1,000,
Can you
ma'am.
afford that? Would you be able to afford that bond?
No.
What would you be able to afford, ma'am?
You gotta ask.
Your Honor, he doesn't have any financial means. That's tantamount to no bond in this case.
Bond is remaining at $1,000.
Understood, Your Honor.
Well, I'm finding a waiver of Ms. Negron's appearance based upon her refusal to come to court. In 22 CF 2247, she was arrested for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender on all of her cases. Bond on count 1 is going to be 500. Bond on count 2 is 100. In 22 MM 1278, there's probable cause. She will be released ROR as to that case. And in 21 CF 3852, she failed to appear. Bond is set at none and will remain at none.
Your Honor, for record purposes, defense would object to being appointed on that case. I don't believe she filled out the affidavit of insolvency.
Your objection is noted.
She did?
I said your objection is noted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. ROR. He said he posted bond. Thank you. Oh, let me call the interpreter. Ma'am, do you need the interpreter? Yeah. She did.
Good morning, this is Dalia Romero, Spanish interpreter on the line.
All right, good morning.
Already sworn in.
Ms. Romero, thank you. I'll call the first case. The victim also needs your assistance as well.
Okay, then we'll use the
So I'm
loudspeaker.
just gonna wait for this, for Mr. Alexander. Is this Mr. Alexander? Got it. Okay. Are we using the headphones?
No, Your Honor, actually, since you have a victim and for some reason my machine is not connecting to the headphones.
Oh, at all?
No,
Oh, okay.
so we'll do them on the loudspeaker.
All right, that's fine. Okay, this is 22 MM 1289. Sir, good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Estamos aquí en el caso 2022 MM 1289. Señor, dígame su nombre, por favor.
José Manuel Cruz Solache.
José Manuel Cruz Olache.
You were arrested for battery domestic violence.
Usted fue detenido por agresión, violencia doméstica.
There's probable cause.
Hay causas que respaldan la acusación.
I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
Le designo el defensor público para que les represente.
All right, and Ms. Romero, this is for the witness. Could you please ask her to raise her right hand?
A la testigo, por favor, levante su mano derecha.
And could you ask everyone else, or is there anyone else who needs a Spanish interpreter?
¿Hay alguien más que va a necesitar la intérprete de español?
Okay, great. Could you swear the witness in, please?
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
¿Jura decir la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
Lo juro.
I do swear.
All right, ma'am, please tell me your name.
Señora, por favor, dígame su nombre. Magali Reyes.
All right, ma'am, do you want to have contact with Mr. Cruz?
Yes.
Señora, ¿usted quiere tener contacto con el señor Cruz? Yes.
Sí.
Are you afraid of Mr.
Yes.
Cruz?
No.
¿Usted tiene temor al señor Cruz? No.
Do you have any children in the home?
¿Tienen niños en la casa?
No.
No.
Any questions from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
¿Alguna pregunta que la defensa quiera hacer? No, su señoría.
Anything from the state?
The state would ask for no hostile contact.
Okay.
La fiscal está pidiendo que no se le permita tener contacto hostil.
Mr. Cruz, at this time, I'm going to place you on pretrial release.
Señor Cruz, ¿usted va a estar bajo el programa de servicios de antelaciones?
Robin, did he qualify? County probation. Oh, I was looking at Mr. Alexander's face sheet, and that's why I saw the Mr. Cruz, I'm not able to place you on pretrial release at this time as you're on county probation. So your bond is going to be set at $500. You're not to have any hostile contact with Ms. Reyes, and you're not to possess any weapons or firearms, sir.
Señor Cruz, por el momento no se le puede poner en libertad bajo el programa de servicios de antelaciones porque usted está en probatoria, libertad vigilada en la Corte del Condado. Su fianza se mantiene igual, $500. No puede tener contacto hostil con la señora Reyes, no puede poseer ningún tipo de armas de fuego. Eso es todo.
Thank you, sir.
Gracias, señor.
Good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Buenos días, por favor, dígame su nombre. Bob McKinley, Steven Sampier. Cantave. Yes.
This is 22MM1268. Sir, you were arrested for battery, domestic violence. There's probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender's office.
Señor, usted fue detenido por un caso de agresión, violencia doméstica. Hay causas que respaldan la acusación y se le designa al defensor público para que le represente.
Good morning, ma'am. Are you
Okay.
Ms. Collins?
Yes.
All right. Could you raise
¿Es
your
usted la señora Collins?
And then anyone else who's going to be providing testimony to the court this morning, could you please raise your right hand to be sworn in?
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Ms. Collins, do you want to have contact with Mr. Contavi?
Yes.
All right. Are you afraid of him?
No.
Do you live together?
Yes.
Do you want to continue living together?
Yes.
Do you have any children in the home?
No.
All right. Did the defense have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from the state?
They would ask for no hostile contact.
All right. Sir, at this time, your bond is going to be set, well, Robin, can he be placed on PTR? I see. Okay. All right, sir. Well, your bond is going to be set at $500.
Señor, su fianza se mantiene en $500.
You are not to have any hostile contact with Ms. Collins,
No puede tener ningún tipo de contacto hostil con la señora Collins.
and you're not to possess any weapons or firearms.
Y no puede poseer ningún tipo de armas de fuego.
Do you have any questions about your conditions of release?
¿Tiene alguna pregunta en cuanto a las condiciones de su libertad? No.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you, Ms. Collins.
I have a
Bien,
question.
gracias, señor.
Sure.
If he, I don't know if he understood, but if he doesn't have the money to pay for the bond, like if we don't have the $500, like, is there a way to be lowered or is that the only amount?
Well, he didn't qualify for pretrial release, and so that's the bond that is set now. His lawyer would need to file a motion. See
Okay.
if it can be
And
lowered.
I had a question with this whole situation because I called the police just to like have him escorted from the house. He didn't hit me or
Right.
anything,
No.
so
I get it. You're gonna wanna contact the state attorney's office and let them know your concerns,
okay.
okay?
All right, so okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am. Sir, tell me your name, please.
Su nombre, señor, por favor.
Rende Michael Ambrosio Ramírez.
Brandon Michael Ambrosio Ramírez.
This is 22 CF 2205. You were arrested for fleeing and eluding. There's probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
Señor, usted está aquí en el caso 2022 CF2205. Se le arrestó por haberse dado a la fuga y yo hallo que hay causas que respaldan la acusación.
So your bond is $1,500.
Your Honor, we did qualify, I'm sorry.
You did?
Yeah. We did qualify Mr. Ramirez for straight pretrial release. Your Honor, he has no priors.
I show that he's on county probation.
No,
No?
this is Ambrosio.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Want to see the form?
Got it. Nope, I'm on the right one.
Se le ha dado una fianza de $1,500, aunque es elegible para libertad preventiva.
Está bien.
Mr. Ramirez,
Very
in
well.
lieu of bond, I'm going to place you on pretrial release, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Señor Ramírez, en vez de tener que pagar la fianza, va a estar bajo el programa de libertad preventiva. Ok.
Thank you. We're all set.
Gracias, listo.
Ma'am, tell me your name, please.
Señora, dígame su nombre, por favor.
Martinez Sonia.
Sonia Martínez.
Ma'am, this is 19 CF 10015. You failed to appear for a violation of probation status hearing on February 9th of this year.
Señora, este es el caso 2019 CF 10015. Es un caso para la postura del caso de incumplimiento de probatoria, al cual usted no se presentó el 9 de febrero de este año.
I'll appoint the public defender to represent you if they weren't previously appointed and your bond is set at none.
Se le designa el defensor público para que le represente si no se le había designado anteriormente. Por el momento usted queda detenida sin fianza.
Yes, ma'am.
El 9 de febrero yo no me presenté a la corte porque no me mandaron ni un citatorio y mi abogado que yo pago, él no me dejó saber ni me mandó ningún citatorio.
On February the 9th, when I didn't go to court, it's because I did not receive any type of notice to be there, and my attorney didn't inform me or send me a date to show up in court.
I should note that we haven't been appointed on this case.
I think she's got private counsel.
Correct, Your Honor.
So. So, Ms. Martinez, you're gonna need to talk with your lawyer about that. I'm looking at the court order and minutes from that day, and it indicates that you were present in open court that day, and there's been notice of setting a hearing. So,
Señora Martínez, usted va a tener que hablar con su abogado en cuanto a eso. Yo estoy viendo los documentos. Usted estuvo en corte presente cuando se le dio aviso de que tenía que regresar a corte para esa fecha. Así que va a tener que comunicarse con su abogado.
That's all, ma'am. Thank you.
Eso es todo, señora. Gracias.
So I'm not going to appoint the public defender on that case.
Your Honor, is that the last case for the interpreter, or do we have one more?
Is that all the Spanish cases? Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Thank you. Bye.
Sir, tell me your name, please.
Christopher Alexander.
Mr. Alexander, this is 22 CF 1854. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant for battery, dating violence, and criminal mischief. Don't see a witness. Sir, you to have no contact with the victim. You're not to return to the victim's home, and you're not to possess any weapons or firearms. Your bond on count 1 is 500. Your bond on count 2 is 1,000.
Your Honor, we qualified Mr. Alexander for pretrial release.
Make sure you call us in 2 weeks, right? Nope, no contact. Remember what I told you back there?
All right. Mr. Alexander, just a second, sir. I'm going to be on point, Robin, now with these forms here. In lieu of the bond, sir, you did qualify for pretrial release. I'm going to place you on pretrial release.
Straight.
Just straight PTR. Yes.
They'll tell you back there.
All right. See, back when I used to be down here, Jill would connect all my, not that I'm asking you to do that, but Jill connected all my face sheets. So every time I would go through, I just pulled the face sheet.
Based on the Spanish.
Oh, no, it's fine. I just keep forgetting to move them. So when I'm looking over, I'm used to it being lined up, but I keep forgetting to move them. So I'm not, no, I have them. Yeah. Yep, I just, like I said, I keep forgetting to flip them.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm not on point with you. Good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Albert Banks.
Mr. Banks, sir, you were here in 22 CF 1510. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant for battery by strangulation, domestic violence, battery, domestic violence, and tampering with a witness to hinder communication to law enforcement. I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Is there a witness for Mr. Banks?
No, Your Honor.
Sir, you are not to have any contact with the victim. You may not return to the victim's apartment complex or possess any weapons or firearms. Mr. Banks, your bond on count 1 will be $1,500. Your bond on count 2 is $100. Your bond on count 3 is $150. Do you have any questions about your terms of release?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir. Sir, tell me your name, please.
My name is Jonathan Luna.
Mr. Luna, this is 22 CF 2264. You were arrested for battery, domestic violence, grand theft of a controlled substance, and grand theft third degree. Ma'am, good morning.
Good morning.
Tell me your name, please.
Myrna Campos?
All right, Ms. Campos, do you want to have contact with Mr. Luna?
No,
No?
no
I
contact.
think she was sworn in, because we swore in everybody. No contact?
No
All
contact.
right, was there anything else you wanted to tell the court, ma'am?
Yes, I'd kind of like to just express the repetitive actions that just keep getting worse. In the beginning, when I used to live in the 7th floor, he would watch me from the parking lot. Then again, when I tried to break up with him, he lost it. He shaved his whole head. He's a stylist. He shaved his whole head, his beard. And then I came home and my bird was dead. Thought it was weird. Another time, he constantly takes my phone, my IDs, my passports, my keys. At times, I have no access to nothing, not even money. It has just been getting worse. He throws my stuff. He slams the doors. Just about a week ago, he shoved me, and I couldn't even walk because my foot was so swollen for 3 days. I didn't have anything to eat because he wouldn't let me inside the house, and he took everything away from me. He has right now, he takes my medication away. He has my medication. It's a brand new medication. And I literally want no contact with him whatsoever at my house, at my job, absolutely nowhere.
I understand, ma'am. Thank you. Mr. Luna, you are not to have any contact with Ms. Campos. You are to maintain a separate residence. I understand you live together. You may have a one-time return with law enforcement to get your things. You are not to possess any weapons or firearms. Bond on count 1 is going to be $100. Bond on count 2 will be $1,500. Bond on count 3 will be $150, sir.
Your Honor, may I inquire into the alleged victim?
About what?
Ma'am, where's the status of your phone?
He has it, along with my medication.
Okay, there was a phone call from
Oh,
you
hold on.
to the
Wait,
law
wait, wait, wait,
enforcement.
wait. You asked me to inquire, and I said about what? So
Oh,
I'm
I'm
not-
sorry.
I was just asking her about contact and whether she wants to have contact and her wanting to be heard. So I'm not, want to understand what it is that you want to talk to her about.
Just the couple things on the underlying facts.
I don't think that is appropriate for today's hearing.
That's fine, Your Honor.
That request will be denied. Thank you, ma'am.
I'm sorry, I do have a question. What can I do about my phone and my medication? Because it's my medication that I take daily.
Where is it?
He has it.
Meaning in the apartment?
I'm sorry?
Like in the apartment, or is he arrested with it?
I don't, he left the apartment and then the cops were called. I know that he went to his friend's house. The cops went there and his friends lied for him and said that they didn't know who he was. He then stalked me and found me and
I
was
just need to know
watching
about the,
me.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I just need you to tell me. I don't know how to help you with your
It's,
phone.
it's,
I don't know
he
where it
has
is.
it. He knows he has it and he does this all the time. Where is it, Luna?
Okay, ma'am, you can't speak to him directly. I don't know if you can find your iPhone or whatever you might have on there, but
yeah,
ma'am,
my
I don't know how
iPhone,
to find
'cause-
your phone for you. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Call us in 2 weeks.
Ma'am, good morning, your name?
My name is Christina.
Ms. Martinez, this is 22 CF 2124. You were arrested for aggravated battery with a deadly weapon pursuant to a probable cause warrant. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. I don't see a witness here. You are not to have any contact with the victim or witness, no weapons or firearms.
Your Honor, we did qualify Ms. Martinez for pretrial release.
All right, Ms. Martinez, I'm going to place you on pretrial release at this time. Do you have any questions for me about your release?
No.
Your Honor, I
Thank
have a question. I mean,
Ms. Haynes, did you have a question?
yes, I would just ask if, Ms. Martinez has any weapons that she turned them over, within 24 hours of release.
Both can't live. Both can't live.
Ms. Martinez, do you own any weapons or firearms?
No.
All right, thank you, ma'am. No, she cannot put, correct. No.
We're gonna have to get off your case, but we'll direct you.
Perfect, thank you.
Tell me your name, please.
Tierra Wells.
All right, Mr. Wells, this is 21MM7966. In this case, you failed to appear for arraignment on a trespass on property after warning.
Question.
You have 22 CF 2266, which is battery on a person 65 years of age or older. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Could you tell me your name, please?
Michael Wells.
All right, and Mr. Wells, what's your relationship to Mr. Wells, to Mr.
His
Tier
uncle.
Wells? Are you his dad?
His uncle.
What?
His uncle. He's my nephew.
Okay. And sir, do you want to have contact with Tier?
No, I don't.
No?
No.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Wells, were you interested in resolving your trespass case today?
Where's this trespassing coming from?
Okay, well, we're not gonna resolve it today. Your bond on that case is set at $1,000, and the bond on the battery case is gonna be set at $1,000. You're not to have any contact with the victim, you're to maintain a separate residence, and you are not to possess any weapons or firearms.
Could you repeat that, ma'am? I didn't hear it.
Which part?
No, because I was still listening to you at the same time. Everything, because once you was talking about this, I was listening to her about the signatures, but you were still talking, so I was trying to multitask.
Okay, no problem. So your bond on the trespass is 1,000, your bond on the battery is 1,000. You're not to have any contact with your uncle. Do you live with your uncle?
What if that house isn't his and it's mine?
You have to listen to me. That's what I'm asking you. Do you live
He
with
lives
him?
with me.
Okay, well, I can't make him leave, so what I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna need to listen very carefully to, okay? You are to maintain a separate residence, okay? I will allow you a one-time return with law enforcement to get your things. The fact that he lives there and it's your house, that would be a civil matter, not a criminal matter.
not his
I can't
house.
make him leave. But the thing that you need to be very aware of is that if he is there, even if it's your house right now, you cannot be there. Okay, so you're gonna need to call the non-emergency number for the police department, let them know you need to get your things, and they will help you with that. Okay? I don't know if I said it or not, but you can't possess any weapons or firearms, sir.
All I got is these.
All right.
I'd like to clarify something.
Pardon me?
I'd like to clarify this. It is not his house.
You can go to the
It is not his house.
I don't know about the house, sir. I've set my conditions, and so that's all I'm gonna say about the house, okay?
Yeah, living with me,
All
okay.
right, thank you.
Because you know I'm right.
Hi there, tell me your name, please.
My name is Luis Ricardo Ayala Ramos.
This is 22MM1279. You were arrested for 2 counts of domestic violence battery. I'm sorry, there's a count of battery domestic violence and assault domestic violence. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. I don't see a witness. You're not to have any contact with the victim. You're to maintain a separate residence. You can have a one-time return with law enforcement to get your things if needed. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms, sir. Bond on count 1 is,
PTR, Your Honor.
all right, Mr. Ramos, I'm gonna place you on pretrial release at this time.
Judge.
Yes, thank you, sir.
You can't go back without law enforcement. Also in like 2 weeks. Also in like 2 weeks.
Ma'am, good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Leslie?
Are you-
Leslie Antonia Uceda?
Thank you, ma'am. You're here in 22MM1284. You were arrested for battery domestic violence. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Could you tell me your name, please?
Thomas Dando.
Tell me your last name again, Thomas.
Dando, D-A-N-D-O.
All right, Mr. Dando, do you want to have contact with Miss Uceda?
Yes.
Are you afraid of her?
No.
Do you have any concerns about your safety or the children's safety if I were allow her to return home?
No.
All right. Mr. Boland, do you have any questions for the?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from the state?
They would ask for no hostile contact.
Okay.
We did qualify Miss Uceda for pretrial release.
Yes, thank you, Robin. Miss Uceda, you are not to have any hostile contact with Mr. Dando. Do you understand what that means? It means that you're not allowed to argue with him, fight with him, act aggressive toward him in any way. Okay? You're also not to possess any weapons or firearms. I'm going to place you on pretrial release at this time. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Dando.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sir, tell me your name, please.
Edward James Goche.
Mr. Gote, this is 22MM1276. You were arrested for battery domestic violence. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Ma'am, good morning. Are you Ms. Armas?
Yes,
Ms. Armas, do you want to have contact with Mr. Goatee?
yes,
Are you afraid of him?
no,
Do you have any concerns about your safety if I were to allow contact between the two of you?
no.
You live together?
Yes and no. We're still in the process of finding a place, so right now it's just up in the air, but we were.
Okay. Any questions from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from the state?
Your Honor, the state, given the facts, would ask for no contact.
Ms. Armas, were there any drugs or alcohol that were a factor in this incident at all?
There was marijuana. The main factor was we were moving from Lee County over into this direction, and we had been up for like 3 days packing, moving, and it was over exhaustion mixed with just a little bit of my attitude mixed with his attitude, and it just didn't end up well. I think that a lot of it's just he needs to get into a psychologist, and that's a lot of it. And sleep.
Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Goatee, I'm gonna order that you're not to have any hostile contact with Ms. Aramis. Do you understand what that means? No?
Not 100%, no.
Okay. You cannot argue with her. You cannot act aggressive toward her. You cannot yell at her. You cannot fight with her. Okay? You can't possess any weapons or firearms, and you can't possess or consume any alcohol or controlled substances. I'm gonna place you on pretrial release. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, tell me your name, please.
Spencer?
Ms. Spencer, this is 22 MM 1294. You were arrested for violation of a domestic injunction. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Ms. Spencer, you live in Pennsylvania, is that right?
Oh, Virginia?
Oh, that's what I meant, Virginia. Okay. Robin, she could be
Yes.
in PTR in Virginia?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So, Ms. Spencer, I'm going to release you today on pretrial release. It's going to be a phone reporting. You're going to have to call in and report. If the state of Florida decides to pursue these charges against you, you will have to return to the state of Florida. So make sure you stay in contact with the public defender's office. He's going to give you that information. That way you know if you need to be down here for court, because if you do, like I said, fail to appear, there'll be a warrant issued for your arrest. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Your Honor, may I have that case number, please?
22 MM 1294.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, perfect.
Pardon me? Well, yes, ma'am, you're not, you have to follow the terms of the injunction, okay? Yes. I don't know. The injunction is not from this state, so. Good morning. Comply with the injunction, that's fine. Tell me your name, please.
Stephanie Wheeler?
Ms. Wheeler, you were here in 22 MM 1283. You were arrested for battery domestic violence. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Justin Wheeler.
All right, Mr. Wheeler, you're going to have to move a little closer to that microphone so I can hear you, sir. Sir, do you want to have contact with Ms. Wheeler?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Are you afraid of her?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have any concerns about your safety if I allow you all to have contact?
No, Your Honor. The two of us, this is all we have, and it's just been rough the last few months. My PTSD has caused a lot, and a lot of it's my fault, to be honest. Like, I just can't stand the arguments. I can't stand a lot of stuff.
All right, sir,
And
thank you.
honestly, I'd love for her to come home, and if the courts could just help us get some counseling or something for both of us.
Okay. Mr. Boland, did you have any questions for the witness?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from the state?
No hostile contact.
Ms. Wheeler, I'm gonna place you on pretrial release. You're not to have any hostile contact, with Mr. Wheeler. Do you understand what that means? I see you shaking your head yes. Is that yes? Okay. And you're not to possess any weapons or firearms. Thank you. Sir, tell me your name, please. Come over here,
Rolando.
sir. Good morning.
Good afternoon. My name is Rolando Alfonso Briseño Lugo.
Sir, this is 22 CF 2250. You were arrested for possession of methamphetamine. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. There is probable cause. You also have 22 CT 348, which is a no valid driver's license, for which there's also probable cause. Mr. Lugo, at this time, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. Make sure that the public defender's office has sufficient contact information for you so that you don't miss your court date, sir.
Is that on both cases?
On both cases, yes. Thank you.
All, okay. 2 weeks. All in 2 weeks.
Sir, tell me your name, please.
Name.
Michael Cancino, ma'am.
This is 22 CF 2227. You were arrested for grand theft of a motor vehicle. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. You're not to have any contact with the victim. Your bond is $1,000, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All in 2 weeks.
Sir, tell me your name, please.
Leonard Collins.
Mr. Collins, you were arrested in 22 CF 2202 for armed burglary. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. You're not to return to the scene, have contact with the victim, or possess any weapons or firearms. Your bond is going to be set at $3,500. You are out on bond in 22 CF 1403. I'm revoking that bond, and that bond will be set at none, sir. Thank you.
Your Honor, I have a probable cause argument in this case. There's no crime there within that's being alleged. Additionally, the armed part, the knife, is not sufficiently described to qualify that as a weapon under the statute, Your Honor.
Any response from the state?
No, that's
Mr. Bolin, are you serious? Okay, I get that, but that's not how we speak to people.
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Collins, he's trying to tell you that you're gonna sink yourself, right? Everything in this room is recorded.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Okay, so it can be used against you later.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Haynes, did you want to respond to his probable cause challenge?
Your Honor, the state believes that there is probable cause. There was a knife found. However, if the state would ask for 24 hours to get further details from the law enforcement officer.
I do find that there is probable cause. Bond will remain as set. Thank you.
And one additional fact that I was held up, Your Honor, the out on bond case, that's not the same individual, not the same alleged victim.
Okay.
I just wanted to let.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. So she revoked it, but it's in good shape.
Sir, tell me your name, please.
I'll be Bernard Cooper, ma'am.
Mr. Cooper, you're here in 21 CF 12082. You failed to appear for trial back on the 21st of this month. At this time, your bond is set at none. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you if they weren't previously appointed. What?
Your case number on it. Here you go.
Thank you. Good morning, sir. Your name?
Ulysses Cruz Mondovan.
Sir, this is 22 CF 2248. You were arrested for resisting officer with violence and threat against a public servant. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Sir, your bond on count 1 is 500. I'm going to ROR you on count 2. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or controlled substances or return to the scene.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. I'm finding a waiver of Mr. Darrow's appearance based upon his refusal to come to court in 22 CF 2255. He was arrested for burglary of a dwelling and criminal mischief. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. He's not to return to the scene or have any contact with the victim. Bond on count 1 is 5,000. Bond on count 2 is 150.
Your Honor, the public defender would object to appointment in this case.
Thank you. Sir, tell me your name, please.
This is for Garcia.
Sir, this is 22 CF 2268. You were arrested for grand theft of a motor vehicle. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You're not to have any contact with the victim. Your bond is $2,500, and I'm revoking the bond in 22 CF 1843. That bond will be set at none. Thank you.
So I don't have no bond?
No.
Yeah.
Sir, tell me your name, please.
Jaquan Golding.
Mr. Golding, you are here, sir, in 22 CF 2212. You were arrested for carrying a concealed firearm. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms. Your bond is set at $2,500. And I'm revoking the bond in 21 CF 14329. That bond will be set at none.
Your Honor, defense has a probable cause argument in this case. It's very clear in Florida case law that mere proximity to an item does not necessarily invoke guilt. He's not being charged with the possession of marijuana. In this case, that's the only thing that he would be on notice of because of the smell. As described by the charge and the officer, this firearm was underneath the seat, as well was the other firearm underneath the passenger seat. Driver and the passenger obviously weren't able to see that. It wasn't out in the open. It's therefore not readily apparent that there's something illegal in their vehicle. Because of that, Your Honor, we'd argue there's no probable cause. Again, the mere proximity does not give you probable cause in a constructive possession case. They could go get warrants if they want to charge the gun on them.
I think the standard is different. I think maybe on a JOA, but I don't think on a probable cause.
I would direct the court to, I have a case, Your Honor. It's Rogers v. State out of the 4th District, which says that all elements must have probable cause, which in that case, Your Honor, I could just go briefly into the details. It's somewhere over there in the piles, but
Well, that doesn't help me. If you have the case, I'd like to see it.
yes, ma'am. Can I send it to you?
Sure. Just make sure that you put names on the case as well.
I'd rather find the hard copy first, Your Honor. Well, Your Honor, you're familiar with Rogers v. State. This is the case involving the constructive possession.
I'm not
for
familiar.
probable cause.
That's why I asked you to send it to me.
Your Honor, can I send you Renard v. State? It's shorter, gets to the point.
Sure.
The reference is Rogers, but it's well-established case law.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I could have your email, please. I could bring my laptop up to you, Judge. I printed this out. I'm sorry, I got a lot of papers today, but
That's fine. I just don't want to put my email address on.
that's fine, Your Honor. And if the state wants to. that on all three of them, they could. They elected not to. They only put that on the guy in the back. My client was a driver. The firearm was not visible. There's nothing to indicate my client had any knowledge of the firearm. Everyone kept their mouth shut post Miranda. If the state wants to go get DNA and charge this, they can, but right now there's not probable cause.
Did I already pass you back that? Ms. Haynes, you're welcome to read the case. I find, I'm not gonna change my ruling. I find that there was probable cause. I think the facts in that case are different. In this case, Mr. Goulding is the driver of the car. The gun is found underneath his seat. And the elements in that case, I just think it's different.
And Your Honor, if I could clarify just briefly on my argument.
As I bent down and shined my department-issued handheld flashlight underneath the driver's seat, I observed a black Glock 19 and 9mm directly at the front end of the driver's seat. The firearm was located and concealed in a manner that is out of sight but still readily accessible to Goulding, the driver. I'm not going to change the ruling I've ruled.
Understood, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I apologize.
Sir, your name, please?
My name is Garrison Gene Dennis.
Sir, this is 22 CF 2257. You were arrested for possession of cannabis greater than 20 grams, possession of firearm in the commission of a felony, possession of cannabis with intent to distribute, carrying a concealed firearm, and possession of a short-barreled gun. Mr. Boland, I believe I heard you telling him you had a probable cause challenge. Is that correct?
No, Your Honor.
I do find probable cause for all of the offenses. Bond on count 1 is going to be $150. Bond on count 2 is $5,000. Bond on count 3 is $150. Bond on count 4 is $150, and bond on count 5 is $150. Thank you, sir. Sir, tell me your name, please. Mr. Jefferson, this is 22 CF 2252. You were arrested for robbery armed with a firearm while wearing a mask and fleeing and eluding. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. And I do find probable cause for both of the offenses. Did the state wish to be heard regarding bond with respect to count 1?
One second, Your Honor. Your Honor, because this is a offense that's punishable by life, the state would be asking for no bond.
Your Honor,
On count 1.
defense would object. The state hasn't filed the proper motion. They have the legal means to ask for a no bond status. They haven't filed it in this case. He's not supposed, my understanding of the statute is there must be a finding of proof evident presumption great. And again, that can't be reached based on the 4 corners of this affidavit.
I disagree with you. The state does not have to file a motion in order to support a finding of proof evident or presumption great, but you do have to show me the facts that would establish that. So what, based on what? Recite for the record, and you can rely on the affidavit if you want to, but you have to be able to show the facts that support the finding of proof evident or presumption great.
One second, Your Honor. Your Honor, the state believes that, that this should be heard at an author hearing at a later date. And,
So then you want me to set him a bond?
no, we're still gonna ask for no bond.
Okay. If you don't
Can we,
show that there's proof evident or presumption great, he's entitled to a bond.
Your Honor, can we reset this for the end of, today?
Sure.
Thank you.
I'll recall your case, sir. Thank you. Tell me your name, please. Mr. Lucas, sir, you were here in 22 CF 2231. You were arrested for possession of cocaine. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance at this time, sir. Thank you.
Touch it. Every 2 weeks.
Ms. Haynes, this next defendant, are you Mr. Magrino?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir. So this is the co-defendant of Mr. Jefferson. Did you want me to recall his case as well?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Never mind. They rolled you to the back. Here, I'll call you later.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
Mr. Boland, did you want to waive Mr. Maxwell's appearance, or did you want to reset it?
Your Honor, we could waive his appearance.
All right. This is 22 CF 2232. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Maxwell. He was arrested for burglary of a structure and grand theft of a construction site. Bond on count 1 will be $1,000. Bond on count 2 will be $150.
Actually, Your Honor, I spoke too soon. He qualifies for PTR. That'd be the only reason I'd be concerned.
Do you want to reset it then?
We can for tomorrow, please.
Sure.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, keep the PD appointed, and then just we'll address it tomorrow. Are you Mr. Prez?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, this is 21 CF 5806. You failed to appear for arraignment on January 18th of 2022. Your bond is $100,000 as to each count. Do you have counsel already, sir?
I do, but he's out of town, so he said when he gets back, he's gonna arrange what he has to.
All right, so get in touch with him, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Sir. Sir, tell me your name, please. Mr. Rivera, this is 21 CF 8300. You were arrested because you failed to appear for your plea hearing on the 27th of January. At this time, your bond is set at none, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you if they weren't previously appointed. Thank you, sir. Your name, please?
Miss Holden Scott.
Did I give you two? Oh. How about Mr. Rivers?
You'll have that on our docket, Your Honor.
You have that booking number, Your Honor?
Yes, I do. 22004516.
Bonded.
Great. You said you're Mr. Holden? Or I'm sorry, Mr. Scott.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. This is 21 CF 16198. You were arrested pursuant to a warrant for burglary of a structure, grand theft, and trespassing. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You're not to have any contact with the victim and no return to the scene. Your bond on count 1 is going to be $5,000. Bond on count 2 is $150. Bond on count 3 is $100. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, he is on probation, so he does have that five-day hold.
Right, yeah, there's no affidavit yet for the violation of probation, Mr. Scott, but there is a 5-day hold.
His probation should, I don't know if we could get that hold lifted. His probation should have started after this allegations and this. That he just got on probation.
This says, well, let's see the date of the warrant. The date of the offense in the warrant is that on January 9th, 2021, this was November 25th.
That's not your paper.
We can't stop.
Where are you on probation?
Probation.
Where? County. keeps trying to read stuff and not listen. Listen.
So, sentence. Offense.
That's something you're gonna wanna talk to your lawyer about. In the warrant, they're talking about January 7th. Oh, of 21. I don't have the ability to lift the hold, but you may be right with all the dates in the warrant, because it looks like you were put on probation on December 13th of 21.
Yes, ma'am.
And it appears that all of the dates in the warrant predate the day you were put on probation.
I know I haven't been in any trouble, that's why.
Yeah,
Yeah, we would have to contact DOC for that.
right. They'll be able to do that, sir, but it does look like you may be right. So make sure you explain that to your lawyer and then to probation when they talk to you.
You could post the bond, but there's a 5-day hold. After that 5 days, then it'll go through.
Tell me your name, please.
Megan Chalman.
What about, did Jabrail Shabazz bond 22004524?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Shellman, you were here in 22 CF 2253 for driving while license suspended and fleeing and eluding. Ma'am, there is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You're not to drive without a valid driver's license. Your bond on count 1 is going to be $150. Your bond on count 2 is $1,000. Thank you.
You gotta fight. Well, because the cops are saying that you did, but I know.
Sir, tell me your name, please. Mr. Stone, this is 22 CF 1517. You were arrested for failing to register pursuant to a warrant. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Sir, your bond is going to be set at $1,000, and you do have reporting requirements when you're released from the jail. Thank you.
Oh, it's only 2 weeks.
He just needs to report. We'll just put his reporting requirement. Ma'am, tell me your name.
Deanna Talbert.
Ms. Talbert, this is 20 CF 14447. You were arrested for failing to appear at a status hearing on February 10th. This time, ma'am, your bond is set at none. I'll appoint the public defender if they were not previously appointed. Ms. Talbert, are you represented by Mr. Fromain?
Yes, ma'am.
Still on this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then I'm not gonna appoint the public defender to represent you, but you're gonna wanna contact Mr. Fromain to see if he can get a motion set in front of your trial judge.
So I don't have a bond at this
You don't.
So how come my family said that they talked to Mr. Fromain yesterday and they went and paid for a bond? And they were supposed to bring some paper that Mr. Fromain gave them. They were supposed to bring it here, but I don't
know. So this is a capias, which means it was a bench warrant issued by the trial judge, and I don't have the authority to modify their bench warrant. So I can't change that bond. I don't know if he has something else. Can I see that one more time?
I mean, I was through with everything. The only thing I had to do was pay $100 to the court. That was the last thing that I had to do. That was it. They asked me to do a 4-hour class. I did that.
Okay. Oops. Can I get Miss Mr. Stone? I'll see if there's something in the court file, but if not, I can't change the capias. see anything, so make sure you call your family and Mr. Fromain ASAP, okay? Your name? Sir, you're here in 22 CF 2230. You were arrested pursuant to a probable cause warrant. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You're not to have any contact with the victim or return to the scene. Your bond is $1,000, and it looks like you have reporting requirements when you're released from the jail. Thank you.
Your Honor, he's here on 2 new law cases as well.
Yeah, those were already addressed. This is an add-on.
Oh,
Yeah, the grand theft is an add-on charge.
thank you. Sorry, Your Honor.
It's okay.
You're
Sir, your name?
Jose Vasquez.
Mr. Vasquez, this is 21 CF 4941. You were arrested for failing to appear for pretrial on September 15th of 21. At this time, your bond is set at none. I will appoint the public defender to represent you if they weren't previously appointed. Thank you, sir.
Try to get you your bond back, okay? All right, you gotta be patient.
Robin, did Avalon Williams 22004525 bond?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Oops, there's her warrant. You, Mr. Engel? All right, sir, you're here in 21 MM 4919. You failed to appear on a battery case. It was a probation status hearing on February 18th. At this time, sir, your bond is set at none. Are you represented by counsel?
I got a public defender already.
Okay, all right. Then I will appoint the public defender if not previously appointed. It's an FTA on a VOP. So we need to give him a court date? Mr. Boland, do you want to enter a denial? This is a violation of probation case.
Yes,
He failed to appear for a status hearing. Do you want to enter a denial and we'll give him a court date?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
It's gonna be Division 50, VOP status, March 25th at 9 a.m. in 7C.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Are you Mr. Gornall? Yes? Sir, you have 2 cases, 22 CT 1130 and 22 CT 1131. One is a no motor vehicle registration and the other is driving while license suspended. Robin, did you show me the Davids? Did you give me those?
Yes, I attached it.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh, to his face sheet?
Yes. And he also has a VOP hold out of Seminole County.
Ah, okay, all right. So, sir, at this time, I will appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond on count 1 is 500, your bond on count 2 is 100. Thank you.
You can post them here.
Excuse,
We'll take you to
Your
someone.
Honor, I'm sorry, can you bring him back real quick? Please, yeah, I just wanted to make mention, yeah, just on the VOP, it does say a $1,500 cash bond.
You have bond out
Okay.
on everything today.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes. Sir, tell me your name. Mr. Hall, this is 21 CT 5945. Sir, you failed to appear for a status hearing. This is on a driving while license suspended case. The bond is $5,000. I'm looking at the driving record, Mr. Boland. I don't know if you want to take a minute to talk with him, but his last conviction for driving while license suspended was in July of 2011. In case he wanted to resolve the case today in lieu of paying the bond, but
Your Honor, Mr. Hall would be interested in a credit time served offer.
Did the state want to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's offer is adjudication, court costs, and credit time served.
And that's, Mr. Hall, that's what you wanted to do.
You read this in the back?
So, Mr. Hall, I also need to tell you, sir, that if you get 2 more of these convictions within 5 years, you'll lose your license for 5 years. Do you understand? Okay. Did you read the plea form, Mr. Hall? Do you have any questions about any of the rights on the form that you're giving up? All right, sir. At this time, I am going to adjudicate you guilty. How much time does he have, Robin? Do you know?
No,
How
Your
much
Honor.
time?
Sorry, not the warrant.
I don't know how much. Do you know how much time he has?
Yeah, especially when it comes to.
Oh, okay.
That's 4 days, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm gonna sentence you to 4 days in jail. You'll have credit for 4 days time served. You will have to pay court costs. Those are gonna be due by February 26th of 2023. All right, sorry, you have 30 days to appeal. Thank you. Are you Mr. Robinson? Mr. Robinson, you're here in 22 CT 1132. You were arrested for driving while license suspended. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance at this time, sir. Thank you. Oh, Mr. Robinson? You cannot drive without a valid driver's license. Thank you, sir. Sir, your name?
John Stanny.
Mr. Staney, this is 22 CT 253 and 22 CT 254. You were arrested for DUI with property damage to a person, to property or person of another, and hit and run. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Mr. Staney, you are not to possess or consume any alcohol or controlled substances. Your bond on count 1 is 500, your bond on count 2 is 100. Thank you. Oops, this goes with me.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, what was those bond amounts?
500, 100?
Thank you.
You can afford to pay it all yourself.
Your name, please?
Sebastian Arango.
Mr. Ringo, this is 22 MM 1286. You were arrested for possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Mr. Boland, did he want to enter a plea on that case today?
I don't believe that the state's prosecuting these.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Also, Your Honor, I'd argue that there was no probable cause. It'd be the same constructive argument that was laid out before.
Yeah, I do find that there is probable cause. Miss Haynes, is your office prosecuting possession of marijuana cases?
No, Your Honor, however, in this, not in general, but it's on a case-by-case basis.
Okay.
So, the state hasn't filed on it, so, we would ask that a bond be set.
Mr. Rango is just here on the 22nd. Well, I'm gonna save the bond at $500 on the possession of cannabis case. I'm revoking the bond in 22 CF 1858. That bond's gonna be set at none. Thank you.
Here, this.
Your name, sir? Mr. Bashaw, this is 22 MM 1290. You were arrested for trespass on property after warning. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Ms. Haynes, is there an offer for Mr. Bashaw?
We did qualify Mr. Bashaw for pretrial release as well.
Thank you.
I pleaded there.
Yes, Your Honor, the state's offer will be a withhold of adjudication and court costs,
Thank you. No return to Disney.
and no return to the scene, yes.
Okay. You read one of these in the back, right? Your Honor, I believe that Mr. Bashaw would like to accept that plea offer.
All right. Mr. Bashaw, did you read the plea form, sir? Do you have any questions about any of the rights on the plea form? No? All right, sir. I'm going to accept your plea, withhold adjudication, sentence you to 2 days in jail with credit for 2 days' time served. You cannot return to the Disney properties. Are you staying at Disney?
I was. We were gonna go home back to Oklahoma today.
Okay, so you and your wife can get your things out of the hotel?
Yeah.
All right, you can't go back there, you understand? Okay, thank you.
Stuff.
No, he just said his wife's gonna get it. Sir, tell me your name, please.
Listen.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, sir. Tell me your name.
Marcus Anthony Bonilla, ma'am.
Okay, sir, this is 22MM1282. You were arrested for indecent exposure. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You can't have any contact with the victim or return to the Disney properties.
Understand.
Your bond is $500. I'm revoking the bond in 22 CF 1919. That bond's gonna be set at none.
I can't hear you, what?
The bond on your auto bond case, I revoked that. It's set at none.
Somebody, which one? The exposure or the other one?
No, the burglary case.
So I have to wait the court to go to that one?
You have to wait. You have to have your lawyer file a motion.
A motion for a bond?
Yeah. Thank you. What about Tavon Clemens?
It's okay, here.
Um,
You have a
Bond?
number?
22004540.
Bonded.
Thank you. Are you Miss Ferguson? Ma'am, you were here in 22MM1. Oh, sure. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Ma'am, you are here this morning. You've got two cases, 22MM1281, which is possession of drug paraphernalia, and there's probable cause, as well as 22MO229. You were arrested for disorderly conduct. There's also probable cause in that case. Was there an offer for Ms. Ferguson?
State does not have an offer at this time, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, did you want to resolve those cases today?
You want to, yeah?
Yes.
All right, ma'am. Did you read the plea form?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights on the plea form?
Nope.
All right, ma'am. This time I'm going to withhold adjudication on each case, sentence you to 2 days in jail with credit for 2 days' time served. Those will run concurrent to one another. You do have to pay court costs in each case, which will be due by February 26th of 2023, and I'm not going to take any action on the out-on-bond case.
Your case is resolved. These two.
get out?
Yeah. You got to sign first, though.
tell me your name, please.
Kiera Ford.
Ms. Ford, this is 22 MM 1297. You were arrested for prostitution. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to place you in pretrial release at this time. The notes here indicate that you are on vacation from Texas and that you're planning to go to Miami and then go to Texas.
We're staying in Miami for a year.
Okay, I just want you to know that you do have to check in with PTR, right? They're gonna explain the rules to you, and then if you must appear in Orlando for court, you're gonna have to come back.
I'm gonna be here for a whole year so I can get it all settled.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
There you go.
Okay. Are you? Wait, hold on. I give you what?
They say he bonded.
Bonded.
Okay, what about Long? Darian Long? Oh, okay. Miss Long, you were here in 22 MM 1301. You were arrested for prostitution. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I am going to release you on your own recognizance at this time, and I'm not going to take any action on your out on bond case. So much. Thank you, ma'am.
Call us in 2 weeks.
Thank you. Mr. Boland, do you want to reset Ms. McCullough's case for tomorrow to see if she's able to come to court?
Yeah, if we could roll that to tomorrow, Your Honor.
As well.
I didn't have that one. No, maybe they pulled it. Oh, okay. What about Alberto Meza? Okay, the number is 22004541.
Bonded, Your Honor.
Jonathan Sanderson? Is that you, sir? Mr. Sanderson, this is 22 MM 1285. You were arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia. I will appoint the public defender. Was there an offer for Mr. Sanderson?
1 second, Your Honor. State does not have an offer at this time, Your Honor.
Mr. Sanderson, did you want to resolve your case today?
Yes.
Okay. Did you read the plea form?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights on the form?
No.
All right, sir, at this time, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the county jail with credit for 2 days' time served. You'll have to pay court costs due by February 26th of 2023, and you have 30 days to appeal.
2 days and bond?
No, you resolved your case, so the case is over,
Okay.
okay?
I'll just have to stay here till Monday.
No, you're done.
No, you're gonna go home today.
Oh, okay.
He does have a civil case, a child support, and he has a $1,500 cash bond on that.
Okay. So maybe you're not going home today. But you'll have to take care of the child. Does he see the judge on the child support case on Monday?
Yes.
Yes, okay. All right, but this criminal case is done.
Monday?
Yes.
Thank you. Are you Mr. Stringer? Mr. Stringer, you were arrested for trespass on property after warning. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Was there an offer for Mr. Stringer?
The offer would be an adjudication, credit time served, and court costs.
Mr. Stringer, did you want to accept that? All right, sir, did you read the plea form?
Yes, I do.
Do you have any questions about any of the rights? Sir, at this time, I am going to adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in jail with credit for 2 days' time served. You'll have to pay court costs due by February 26th of 2023, and you have 30 days to appeal.
Do I get out today?
If you don't have any other holds. All right? Okay. Good morning. Tell me your name.
Good morning. Terrence O'Neill.
Mr. O'Neill, you were here for an out-of-county warrant out of Pasco County. Your bond is $213, sir. Okay. If you can't pay that bond, Pasco County will come and pick you up.
Do I just pay it to the jail? Do I just pay it to, I gotta pay the bond? Well, okay, obviously I'm not from here, I'm from Jersey, so if you could just help me. I do have a couple dollars in my property. I don't really have anybody that I can actually reach out to make it work from the outside, so.
So I think someone in the jail would probably be able to advise you better, but I think if you call a bondsman and explain your situation about that, I think that they have a way to help you, okay?
And then help you post the bond, yeah.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir. Are you Mr. Perigin?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you are here for an out-of-county warrant out of Polk County. There are 4 counts on the warrant related to retail theft, unlawful use of a two-way communication device, dealing in stolen property. Bond on count 1 and 2 is $20,000. Bond on counts 3 and 4 is $30,000. If you're unable to post the bond, sir, Polk County will come and pick you up, and you'll see a judge when you get there.
Your Honor, I think this is a case, there's a statewide prosecutor on that line.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Perigin, this is a statewide case, and the prosecutor did contact my office yesterday to let us know that they would be appearing. I forgot about that, Ms. Hayes. Thank you. Does it come on this? Or do I need to call him? Okay, thank you. Okay. Good morning, this is Judge Carter. Can you hear me?
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor.
Tell me your name, please.
Mitchell Cooper, statewide prosecution.
All right, sir. I have Mr. Perigin here in the out-of-county case from Polk County. I do apologize. I forgot that you had requested to appear remotely. I did call up the case, and the bonds are set on the warrant. I have not modified them in any way. Did you want to be heard?
No, Your Honor, I would just like to make sure that the special conditions are also put on there, and I could put those on the record if the court would like.
Yes, because I do not see them on the warrant.
I understand, Your Honor, and I emailed a copy to the ASA, who was kind enough to stand in as a secondary source, a copy of the signed capias by Judge Franklin in Polk County. It surrendered the passport to the clerk of court prior to release. Not travel outside of Polk County until further order. Submit to pretrial services in Polk County. no contact with any of the state witnesses, either directly or indirectly, not return to any Lowe's home improvement store, not possess firearms or weapons, and also establish the non-involvement or non-derivitation from criminal or other illicit activity before the funds are able to be used to bond. It is what was commonly referred to as a nebia hold. However, this is not a nebia hold. This is under Florida Statute 903.046 sub 2 sub F.
That condition is in the warrant that's signed by the Polk County judge?
Yes, Your Honor. There's also a motion and a separate order as well, ordering that.
Okay, okay, so. Yes, Counsel, you said you emailed a copy of that to Ms. Haynes, is that correct?
I did, Your Honor, yes.
All right, Ms. Haynes, if you would be able to just to print out or forward to the clerk a copy of that so that she can make sure she has all the conditions in the court minutes. Thank you. Okay. And then regarding the passport, could you again say where he's to surrender the passport?
The Polk County Clerk of Court prior to release.
Okay, prior to release. Okay, so Mr. Parajan, I don't know if you intend to post your bond or not. But if you do, you're gonna have to coordinate with someone who is not, well, do you have a passport?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so if you are gonna post your bond, from here, you're gonna have to coordinate with someone else to be able to, surrender that passport to the clerk of the court prior to your release, okay? Do you have any questions, sir?
Yes, what does my bond add up to?
$100,000.
So let's say I don't bond that, right? Most likely I won't.
Okay.
And then I do get a court date.
Mm-hmm.
Polk County.
Mm-hmm.
Once I get it, once I go to court and whatnot, would I still be able to, will I still have to like pay $100,000?
So what's gonna happen is if you can't post your bond here, Polk County is gonna come and pick you up and you're gonna see a judge at first appearance there who's in charge of the Polk County, or who is a Polk County judge. And you'll be able to ask them all the questions you want to and speak with counsel regarding your bond.
Okay.
Okay? All right, thank you, sir.
I guess I'll be picked up.
I don't know, have the rules changed? Is it gonna be 24 hours from?
72 for Polk County? I think.
Oh, because Polk, I guess, doesn't touch us.
Oh, I think it may be.
Technically, because it's under, it doesn't touch us. So it's 72 hours from Monday.
Okay.
Okay? All right, thank you. All right. Thank you, Counselor.
Your Honor, thank you very much for allowing me to appear via the phone.
Absolutely, have a good day.
You too.
Sir, your name?
Alberto Junior Perez.
Mr. Perez, you are here on a violation of probation. Ms. Haynes, do you have the case number that he was arrested on the 25th? Or Robin, do you maybe have that? Because they didn't provide the affidavit.
Okay, the case number I have, Your Honor, is, if this is correct, 2019 CF 2180AO out of Osceola County case.
Well, that's the probation case, but they're doing a violation of probation based upon possessing, carrying, or owning any weapons or firearms on February 25th in Orange County, Florida, is evidenced by a search conducted on his vehicle and his arrest under Orange County case number 2213236, but I don't have that case.
Okay. Let me check the clerks. check on the clerks to see.
Come up under his inmate number?
Need your honor?
Would it, like, if you put his inmate number in, would it show the other cases he's here on?
But let me see if I can, that's odd. Let me go into my gist.
It's gonna be what? I don't think.
Ms. Haynes, did you have a case number?
No, I do not. I only have the Osceola case number.
Yeah, I'm still trying to check. I'm going under another system. Let me see.
No. They're trying to violate his probation based upon a new law offense, but I don't know what the new law offense is. They're telling me that he was arrested by. Yes, it's Orange County. They didn't give it to me. No, the affidavit says that this is evidenced by a search conducted on his vehicle and his arrest under Orange County Sheriff Office case number 2213236. I don't know what happened. I don't know anything about that case. Says he's currently an inmate at the Orange County Jail, so he had to have seen a judge on that case.
Yeah, I tried that too, and nothing came up. What did she say? Rhonda, give me that case number again, please.
You mean the Orange County, like,
Yes.
Sheriff Office?
Yes, please.
22-13236.
Yeah, I tried that one.
Did he maybe bond on it? I'm wondering.
Doesn't have any AKAs. Nothing. Try under here. Let me see if there's some initials. It wouldn't be on here because it's notice right there. It wouldn't be on here. I don't know. Because all those cases are Osceola. Let me see what his last offense was. Okay, so.
I mean, I guess unless you read it to say,
I know I have it. I don't know what my password is.
because the agency case number on this arrest affidavit is 22132236, which is the case number that's referenced in the affidavit, but it just says that they're alleging he violated condition 4 of his probation by possessing, carrying, or owning any weapons or firearms or lesser included offenses on or about February 25th in Orange County, Florida. This is evidenced by a search conducted on his vehicle and his arrest under Orange County Sheriff's Office 2213236, but there are no facts to indicate there's no facts about what happened. So I don't find that there's probable cause for the violation of probation.
Wow, can't find it.
So, Mr. Prez, you're going to be released as to this case. Your name, sir?
Anthony Paris.
Mr. Paris, this is 20 CF 14545. You were arrested for violating your probation, sir. At this time, your bond is set at none. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Do they still see, who do they see? Judge Lattimore? All right, and in 5 days?
Here you go.
Still the same.
He's gone. What should I tell them if you're gonna see Judge Lattimore?
Everybody's an Osceola.
What's today? In the next 5 days. That's Thursday? Okay. Sir, tell me your name, please.
Christian Vasquez Nieves.
Mr. Vasquez, this is 19 CF 12390. This is a violation of probation based upon the new law offense in 22 CF 2225, where you were arrested for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and possession of ammunition by a convicted felon.
What? This must be an odd view. It's an odd view. Okay.
I do find probable cause for the new law offenses. Bond on count 1 is 4,000. Bond on count 2 is 150. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in both cases. Bond on the violation of probation will be set at none. Thank you, sir.
What? There's no bond.
I'm gonna find a waiver of Mr. Wolfrey's appearance based upon his inability to come to court due to his behavior. I'm revoking the bond in 21 CF 15936. That bond will be set at none. There is violations, there is probable cause for the violations of probation as evidenced in the arrest affidavit. Bond will be set at none in 17 CF 13575 and 13823.
I don't have VOP.
Are you Mr. Kane?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Kane, how are you today?
Doing all right.
All right, Mr. Kane, you are here in 20 MO 230. You were arrested for disorderly conduct. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Is there an offer for Mr. Kane?
State's offer via adjudication, court cost, credit time served.
Mr. Kane, did you want to resolve your case today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you read the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in jail with credit for 2 days' time served. You'll have to pay court costs due by February 26th of 2023, and you have 30 days to appeal. Thank you, sir. All right. reset Mr. Clark for tomorrow and see if he's okay to come to court. Mr. Frazier? Mr. Frazier, this is 22 MO 232. You were arrested for disorderly conduct. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Mr. Frazier, did you want to resolve your case today, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Haynes, is there
I'll resolve
an
it.
offer?
State's offer will be adjudication, credit time served, and court costs.
Did you want to accept that, sir? Adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, and court costs. Mr. Frazier, did you read the plea form?
Did you read the plea
Mr.
form?
Frazier,
Listen,
did you read the plea form, sir?
Pre-trial? Oh, yeah.
Do you have any
Yes, ma'am, I
questions?
did. No, ma'am.
All right, sir, I'm going to accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in jail. You've got credit for 2 days' time served. You're gonna have to pay court costs. Those are gonna be due by February 26th of 2023, and you have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence, sir. Thank you. Mr. Hoover, how are you?
Morning.
Good morning, sir. You were here in 22 MO 233. You were arrested for disorderly conduct. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. Was there an offer for Mr. Hoover?
Adjudication and court costs, credit time served.
You want to accept that, Mr. Hoover?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you read the plea form?
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'll accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in jail with credit for 2 days' time served. You'll have to pay court costs due by February 26th of 2023, and you have 30 days to appeal. And I'll take no action on the out on bond case.
you're good. You did, that was all you, man.
Look at me. I don't have my.
Mr. Boland, do you want to waive Mr. Lyman's appearance? I'm gonna release him.
Yeah, Your Honor, I'm hesitant with the out on bond cases.
I'm not gonna revoke it. Did you want to or not?
What? Oh, okay. No, Your Honor, we could go forward right now, sorry.
Okay.
Yes, appoint us? Yes, appoint us, yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay. This is 22 MO 234. Mr. Lyman was arrested for disorderly conduct. There's probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent him. I'm gonna release him ROR and not take any action on the out on bond case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Mills? How are you today? You hanging in there? Yes. Mr. Mills, you were arrested for disorderly conduct. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender. Mr. Mills, did you want to resolve your case today? Did you want to enter a plea today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there an offer for Mr. Mills?
Adjudication, credit time served, and court costs.
Does that sound okay, Mr. Mills?
Ma'am?
Adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, and court costs?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir. Did you read the plea form? Do you have any questions? I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in jail. You've got credit for 2 days' time served. You will have to pay court costs due by February 26th of 2023, and you have 30 days to appeal. Thank you, Mr. Mills. Are you Mr. Nahart?
Yes.
Sir, you are here in 22 MO 237. You were arrested for disorderly conduct. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Did you want to enter a plea today, sir?
Sure.
All right. Is it adjudication of guilt and court costs?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Nahart, did you read the plea form?
Ma'am.
Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, I will accept your plea, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in jail with credit for 2 days' time served. You're going to have to pay court costs, which are due by February 26th of 2023. and you have 30 days to appeal. I won't take any action on your out on bond case.
Your Honor, I just wanted to,
What, Robin?
sorry, I just wanted to put on record that he is wanted out of Georgia for failure to appear in the VOP, but they're not going to extradite.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Nahart, thank you.
All right, thank you.
What's up?
Are you Mr. Roberson?
Robertson.
Thank you, sir.
You are honorable, what's your name?
I'm Judge Carter.
Thank you, Ms. Carter.
You as well, sir. This is 22 MO 238. You were arrested for disorderly conduct. There is probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Mr. Roberson, were you interested in resolving your case today, sir?
If that would be my best case, my public defender, can he advise me on that?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Carter, a question? Can I ask him a question?
You want to ask? Thanks.
All right.
I don't believe that he wants to enter a plea today, Your Honor. You want to fight this, right?
No, I'm not guilty.
Yeah.
Will I still be able to get out?
I believe she would release you. We're going to ask, yes.
Okay, cool. I mean, but if I have to resolve.
Mr.
today,
Roberson, I
You
need
don't
you
have
to
to.
listen to me very carefully, though.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance, and you're going to need to contact the public defender's office on Monday,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, to make sure that they know how to get in touch with you. If you fail to appear for court,
Yes, ma'am.
there's going to be a warrant issued for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Contact the clerk of court,
Nope, the public defender.
Monday. And every 2 weeks after that to make sure that,
I think that's a great idea,
yes, ma'am.
okay?
All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Carter.
Right. I won't be your attorney, though, but call.
Okay, thank you, bro.
Mr. Boland, do you want to waive Mr. Strickland's appearance?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Okay, this is 22 MO 239. He was arrested for disorderly conduct. There's probable cause. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent him, and I'm going to release him on his own recognizance. How about Mr. I'm going to try. Smizek? Okay, thank you.
And Your Honor, well, we have, there's a defendant here, Terry Adams. He's here on a violation of parole, but I just wanted to put on record that he has reporting requirements.
Okay. Did I see him today?
No, he's a violation of parole, but.
Oh, okay. We have to recall Mr. Magrino and Mr. Jefferson.
Your Honor, if I can have 5 minutes before we recall those.
Okay.
Thank you. Your Honor, the state is ready when you are.
Okay, just one second, thank you. Magrino. All right, I'm recalling 22 CF 2251, Jack Magrino. You're Mr. Magrino, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Haynes, did you want to be heard with respect to proof evident presumption great as to count 1, robbery armed with a firearm while wearing a mask?
Yes, Your Honor. The state believes that Mr. Magrino is not entitled to a bond due to the seriousness of the charge. Mr. Magrino, along with 3 other defendants, robbed 2 victims at gunpoint, at which these guns were collected. Mr. Magrino specifically stated in a spontaneous utterance that he was only driving the vehicle, and based on that, the state would say that proof is evident and presumption is great that the defendant committed the crime, and therefore the defendant should be held with no bond.
Mr. Berlin, did you have a response?
Just again, Your Honor, we have no idea how to assess the credibility. Everything at this point in time is hearsay within hearsay. I say that because it's not only hearsay through the officer's statement, but it's his statement of someone else. So we have an affidavit here, and then him taking statements from then other people. There's been no assessment of their credibility, as I pointed out before. Your Honor, I just don't believe that this rises to proof evident presumption great. There's no physical evidence that would support their claims at this point in time. And again, I would also point out that one of the complaining witnesses wasn't able to identify Mr. Magrino. We would acknowledge, though, that we understand the court's reasoning with the other identification that came out of that case. But again, Your Honor, I just don't think that the state's put forth enough for proof evident presumption great in this case.
I do believe that the facts indicated in the arrest affidavit that is sworn to do provide facts to establish that there is proof evident or presumption great. Mr. Magrino, at this time, your bond is going to remain at none. I'm not going to exercise my discretion to set a bond. You'll have to have your lawyer file a bond motion in Division 20.
All right.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Here, take this. We'll be in touch shortly.
Mr. Jefferson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jefferson. This is 22 CF 2252. Ms. Haynes, were you again relying on the previous arguments made and the information contained in the sworn affidavit for arrest?
Yes, Your Honor, and in this case specifically, one of the victims was able to identify Mr. Jefferson as one of the defendants.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Bolin?
Again, Your Honor, proof evident presumption great can't be found wholly based on hearsay. We'd argue this is all hearsay at this point.
All right. The affidavit can be used to establish proof evident presumption great, and I believe the state has met their burden at this time. Mr. Jefferson, I'm not going to exercise my discretion in granting a bond with respect to count 1. That will remain at none, and your lawyer will need to file a bond motion in Division 16. You are allowed to, you're entitled to a bond on count 2, and that'll be $5,000. And I probably will have to bring back the other defendant because I need to indicate, sir, that you are not to have any contact with your co-defendants, no contact with the victims, and no weapons or firearms. Okay, thank you, sir. Okay. Sir, I didn't inform you, but I need to tell you that you are not to have any contact with your co-defendants, any of the alleged victims, and you cannot possess any weapons or firearms.
What you mean? I'm gonna be here, right?
Right, but that you can't, however you could have contact with any of those people, you can't do it no matter where you are. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
All right, everyone, I believe that's everything, and court will be in recess.
Bond Court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of Bond Court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond Court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.